Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Elon Earth and Space TV. Here you see Giga 23, and today we're going to talk about some really interesting facts, the Q1 delivery numbers in perspective to the last Q1s of the last years from 2014 on, and what it means for the whole industry. And then, as I was mentioning on the other day's program, the motto and the objective of Tesla. Why does Tesla exist? Stated by Elon Musk, stated in the impact report, and especially the fact that they want to help everyone to create electric vehicles for the better good, and that is the open source patenting. So I'm going to tell you about that to confirm this is not about just making money, it's about helping the planet. And then, very interesting, my top recommendations: Model 3, Model Y, which version do I suggest under the current pricing plan in Europe? Which is very important whether you order a Model Y from China or from Germany. So that's going to be interesting. And I'm going to compare it to the best ICE cars for this price range. You will see it doesn't make sense to buy an ICE car anymore. And the best SUVs and the best electric cars from other brands. And I'm only comparing cars who can do an planning for you, so you can take the car out of the normal circles. So a car that cannot even integrate charging points for you is not for me, not for my recommendation for you. So those brands who cannot even do that, like the Ioniq 5, are not recommended by myself, because I know when you leave 200-kilometer circle, you have a big problem if you don't know what you're doing, okay? And then we're gonna look at third-party suspensions for the Model Y and the Model 3, which are actually very interesting. And after my recommendation, you see there's so much money you save on a Tesla that it doesn't really make a big difference if you spend another 3,000 euros for such a super suspension. And finally, at the end, my money call for the Ukraine to help it. That's the end of the program. So enjoy the show. It's insane! Delivery numbers of the last quarter were amazing, and not only compared to the last quarter of 2021, because it almost looked the same and some people were already writing like no change, but if you compare that to the quarter of 2021 Q1, it is impressive. So let's look at the numbers.
Well, Q1 2022 press release from last Saturday, and if you look at it, I put here the delivery numbers in comparison to the last years, and you see an increase of 67.8%, and that is the decisive number here, not comparing it to Q4 of 2021, because then it looks pretty flat because it was 300,000, but 310,000 compared to the Q1 of the last year, which was already phenomenal and a record-breaking year with almost 1 million produced cars. You see that Tesla is well off with more than 67.8%. That is very impressive, and that's why it has been, even it was difficult due to chip problems and production problems and downtimes, it is very impressive. So go on and look at the numbers and comparisons of other brands. You see Tesla is rocking.
Ladies and gentlemen, and here's the Tesla mission objective out of the impact report 2018 and 2020. And not only what is the goal of Tesla, but also the open sourcing of how to build electric cars. So the mission of Tesla is not to produce money, it is to change and stop climate change. Stop climate change and change the world to a sustainable energy. Please enjoy.
So Tesla's mission is definitely to help the environment. You look at here, this is from the Impact Report 2018, Global Greenhouse Gas Emissions by Economic Sector. You see that in the past 50 years, everything has doubled. 35 gigatons per year of greenhouse gases are emitted, 25% through electricity and heat production, and 14% through the transportation sector. So if Tesla is producing vehicles, transportation sector by 14% could be reducing these emissions. And here you can read about it. Tesla's mission is to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. So stop it, have a look at it, and you can read the basic motivation of Tesla. And this is its mission. And it's true, it's not only to make money for cars, it's producing electric vehicles which reduce this 14% transportation emission part of greenhouse gases. Yeah, and the second thing I said about the Tesla patent open sourcing, so basically Tesla gave open all the patterns how to produce the electric car, and they state that here in the mission objective, we recognize that we cannot achieve our mission alone, so we decided to open source Tesla patents, making them accessible to anyone who wants to design and build electric vehicles. So they give free to that to motivate the others to produce the cars too, because Tesla can only produce about 20 million cars in the next 8 years. That's their objective, 2030, have 20 million electric cars. And that is not enough, because that is just 1% of the global available ICE cars, and if you want to replace all of them, it will take 100 years. So Tesla is depending also on motivating the others to produce electric cars, so they are not the only ones to do that.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, one of the highlights, I will show you my best car selection, Model 3, Model Y, which edition I would take, and I show you the comparison to the German best competition, which comes close in the figures, but not in the price. So enjoy.
We start Tesla Model 3, my recommendation to get into the Tesla world. This is the lowest entry point, 51,000 euros, including delivery fees here in Germany. That you can deduct in Germany 5,000 euros in the future. It depends on your country, but this is the basic price, and you already get super acceleration, 6.1 seconds. That's pretty good. 491 WLTP with a 60 kilowatt-hour battery. That's very impressive. And 225 kilometer top speed, and that is really cool, because then the closest competitor, if you want to drive on a German Autobahn, would be the BMW i4 eDrive 40, and that one is regulated to 190, and it costs 71,000. So it's about 20,000 more, and the wait time is 1 year minimum for the i4, and maybe you get a little bit deduction on that one, and of course the bonus. So, but still, you would have at least about 15,000 euros difference for a car that is maybe of a little bit better build quality, better suspension, but it generally is only a transferred ICE car with the cockpit and everything old style, and not the possible features of entertaining and all of that. So the i4 nevertheless is a very good car, but a long wait time, low production numbers, not really helping that much the goal of Elon Musk to replacing ICE cars with other cars. I wish BMW would increase those numbers and kick out the BMW 3 Series sedan and the Grand Coupe 4 Series and just build the i4s. Well, that said, coming on to the next one, yeah, let's look at the Tesla Model Y long range. In the long range sector, this is my recommendation, not the Model 3. Take the long range Model Y, because for the price in German, where it's very close, 58,000 is here the basic Model Y long range, you get impressive numbers, more cargo, better already tinted glass in the back, HEPA bionic weapon bio-weapon filter, and some higher quality materials in the interior, and much more cargo space, better panoramic roof, and seating, more width for the kids in the back. So the Model Y definitely a better choice if you plan on a long range version with dual motors, which is of course for 7,000 euro more. I think is a very good price for this car compared to the lowest entry Model 3. And comparing this car, the next one would be the Audi Q4 Sport Big e-tron. That's a very good looking car, and it's of higher build quality, but you can see here 14,000 euro difference in pricing.
Yeah, and when you have to choose for a performance version of a Tesla Model 3 or Model Y, I recommend the Model Y, because it has amazing space in combination with amazing performance. 3.7 seconds to 100, 250 top speed, an acceptable, very good range, more than 500 kilometer WLTP. And for 65,000 you can get a car which beats the BMW X4M version even in performance for 114,000, and you can even beat the BMW iX M60 in all performance data, in acceleration and top speed, and almost double the capacity in loading. And if you look at the price, 140,000 compared to 65,000, of course it is of a higher build quality, it has a better suspension, and it is quieter, but you pay a lot more. And if you want to get the Model Y closer in the suspension, then stay tuned for the next topic. We're gonna talk about this one. And of course, if you want to get close in comfort
and build quality in the interior with leather, then just wait for the Model X. It will be cheaper than the BMW iX, and it will be so much better than both of these cars presented here.
Yeah, so you saw the Model Y Performance and Model 3. Of course, they are price value wise very good, and you can make it even better with a third-party suspension. I'm talking about the German KW V3 version or the new Swedish Öhlins, and I'm talking about this in the next slide. Enjoy.
Yeah, third-party suspension for Tesla Model 3 and Y. It used to be KW V3 was the only one really reachable, who give you not only different springs and lowering the car, but giving you this more quality suspension which you could either tune for the track or for comfort. So which would be really interesting for the Model Y in comfort tuning, as many people were complaining. And we're talking about a price range of about 3,000 euros, which where you saw before, you still have so much saving that this should be possible to do it. Or very recently, there's a new one from the Swedish company Öhlins, which is very famous for the motorcyclists under you, which are known for very comfortable rides. And the Öhlins, I want to test that one for Model Y also in the near future. And in one of the next editions, I will give you detailed information about this third-party suspension, the pricing plan, and where to get it really good with my cooperation partner. All right, so third-party suspension for the Model 3, Model Y. Hang in there. This is really interesting, and it's one of the only things people complain about, as the standard Model Y long range and performance have pretty stiff suspensions because they are so powerful. But if you want to do it better, just get one of these.
Yeah, and I'm doing the fundraising with Tessie Supply together for Ukraine. So please follow the slide and I'll introduce you. You can get good third-party supply for your Tesla car, and this is helping Ukraine.
Yeah, Ukraine fundraising. So on tessiesupply.com, here I show you, you can find third-party stuff for your car to make it nicer, and this is in support to stopping the war from Russia against Ukraine. So Tessie Supply and my channel, we are helping. So for every 100 euros you spend until 15th of April, Tessie Supply will donate 5 euros. And if you use my code, the Elon XARC code, you will even save 10% of your order. And everything from the benefits I would get, I will donate towards this program. So another 5%. All right, that's it. So thank you very much for your help.
Thank you for being part of this edition tonight, Elon Earth and Space TV. If you haven't subscribed yet, please feel free to subscribe, and I'm happy for your commentary and your thumbs up. Until next time, stay safe. Bye.